Hey, family tech man, how's your spirit? Talk to me. Tell me something good. We doing part two today of why change is so hard. How's y'all doing today? How was your day? Everything work out okay? Yeah, we gonna get back into it because we left off at like 25, 24, 25. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm gonna start from right here. Cognitive thinking errors. Why do we overestimate short-term pain? Answer: present bias. Today's discomfort feels 10 times worse than tomorrow's gain. Example: skipping the gym because it hurts now, even though you know future you will thank you. Why do we underestimate our ability to adapt? We lack adaptation memory. We forget we survived past changes. Before moving, the example, before moving, you're terrified. 6 months later, you love it. Why do we think change will take forever? We project we, we project current effort into an infinite timeline. Example, a day one of quitting super sugar feels like is my life now forever. Why do we focus on what we lose, not what we gain? Answer: loss aversion. Losers hurt twice as much as gain feels good. That's kind of true. I mean, that's if you're a sore loser. If you understand, you take both. Example: focusing on losing feels focus on losing free time, not gaining health. Why do we create catastrophic scenarios? Answer: anxiety bases us towards worst case thinking. Example: if I quit my job, I'll be homeless when you have 6 months saving. Behavioral action and inertia. This is 26. Why does inertia keep us stuck? A body at rest stays at rest. It takes more energy to start than to continue. Example: sitting on a couch. Standing up feels harder than staying. And that's true, especially when you get older. 27. Why do we make expectations on day two? Answer: the fresh start efforts of a fresh start affects wears off the okay, let me say it again. The fresh start effect wears off after 24 hours. Example: January 1, perfect diet. January 2, just one cookie. Truth. 28. Why do we overplan and underreact? Answer: planning gives dopamine without risk. Example: buying a planner, highlighter, and apps never opens them and never open them. 29. Why do we revert when tired? Answer: willpower is a finite resource. Fatigue kills it. Example: after a long workday, you order takeout instead of cooking. 30. Why do we avoid the first step? The first step is the highest friction point. Example: opening a blank document is harder than writing the second page. Environmental. context and cues. 31. Why does your environment keep you stuck? Answer. Cues trigger old habits automatically. Example, walking past the vending machine makes you buy chips. I can see that. 32. Why does a messy space block change? Answer. Visual chaos increases cognitive load, reducing willpower. Example, can't start workout because your room is cluttered. Speaks for itself. 33. Why do digital notifications sabotage change? Answer. They hijack attention before you build a new routine. Example, trying to read but phone pings. You're back to scrolling. That's a fact. 34. Why do old friends pull you back? Answer. They reinforce your old identity through conversation. Example, you quit drinking, but friends say, come on, one beer, you're funnier. You have to be strong enough to make the right decisions in your life. You can't let other people make your decisions. Like I tell you, everything starts and ends right here. I dictate my life. No one else does, period. 35. Why does changing locations help? Answer. New environment, new cues equals less old habit activation. Example, people lose weight faster on vacation than at home. And see, this is a part of TACC. Through adversity come change. Because all of these things you have to go through your adversities. And you see, this is giving you the positive of when you make the right changes in your life. Temporal, time perception. 36. Why do we think we have more time than we do? Answer, optimism bias. We underestimate how long change takes. Example, thinking I'll learn Spanish in 3 months, then quitting at 2 weeks. That don't make sense. 37. Why do we wait for the perfect moment? Answer, we imagine a future self with unlimited energy. Example, I'll start Monday for 52 Mondays. Yeah, the whole year. 38. Why does change feel slower than it is? Answer, we track progress too often. Measurement fatigue. Yeah, if you ever notice when you're trying to get to a certain date or something, it slows down. But when you don't pay no attention, just example, weighing yourself daily versus monthly. Daily makes you quit. Excuse me. 39. Why do we give up right before breakthroughs? Answer, the dip. Progress slows before it spikes. Example, learning a language, plateau at intimidate, quiet, no, plateau at intimidate, quit, never reach fluency. Got it. 40. Why do we think past efforts is wasted if we stop? Answer, sunk cost fallacy. We stay because we've already invested. Example, stay in the bad degree program because it already has 2 years in. Motivational, drive and meaning. Why does this extrinsic motivation fail long term? Answer: reward kills intrinsic curiosity. Example: you love painting until you do it for money. Now it's a chore. Makes sense. Why do we need a why stronger than a how? Answer: without meaning, pain has no context. Example: enduring boot camp because I want to be a firefighter versus I want to be fit. Doesn't. Yeah. 43. Why do we change for others but not ourselves? That's a deep one there. Answer: external pressure creates rebellion. Internal choice creates commitment. Example: quit smoking for your spouse, resent it. Quit for your lungs, own it, and you'll feel better. 44. Why does progress feel like nothing? Answer: we don't celebrate micro wins. We only see the gap to the goal. Example: lost 5 pounds, only 45 more to go. Instead of I did 10%. It's not what you do, it's how you look at it and how you do it. 45, why do we sabotage our own success? Answer: success brings new expectations and fear of higher standards. Example: getting a promotion and slacking off, afraid you can't sustain it. Systemic complexity and unpredictability. 46. Why does one change create cascading problems? Answer: life is a web. Tweak one thread, others pull. Example: new job equals new commute equals less family time equals marital stress. 47. Why do resistant change that should be easy? Why do we resist change that should be easy, shall I say? Answer: every change has different second order effects. Example: working from home sounds great until loneliness and overwork hit. True story. 48. Why does uncertainty feel worse than bad answers? The brain prefers painful certainty over an unknown possibility. Example: stay in a toxic job because at least I know the pain. 49. Why does change require grieving multiple identities? Answer: you don't just lose on one role, you lose a whole ecosystem. Example: retiring equals losing work, status, daily structure, work, friends, purpose. And last but not least, why is the hardest change the one you choose? Answer: you can't blame anyone else, so you blame yourself for the pain. Example: quitting your dream startup because it's failing. You feel stupid forever starting. And the reason why I chose this topic, man, is because it seems like it's so hard for us to make the change to do the right thing in life. And it's sad because we do so much, and it's the small things that mean the most. You know, change is the hardest thing for people, and the only way it's gonna change is if we change. Mindset. You know, heal, reinvent ourselves. You know, help everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love by showing them the right way. doing the right thing. You know, uh, I enjoy coming on here and giving you a piece of my heart, my blessings, because my cup runneth over with God's many blessings. A lot of people look at life as half empty, and then there's the look at it half full. But mine runneth over, and this is why I share the blessings. It's more, it can't stay in the cup, so I got to give it to somebody, and this is what I enjoy, being able to put smiles on people's hearts. This is what Through Adversity Come Change is all about. Helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. Strongest force in the universe. It can make you the happiest, it can make you saddest. But when you're in it, it's a beautiful thing. But when it's bad, it's bad. But we on positive. So everything is going to be beautiful. It's going to be setbacks. It's going to be short-term gains, short-term losses. But we stay striving. We stay fighting. And like I said, if you fall down 10, get up 11. It's quitting that's the problem. You can't quit. When you quit, it's over. So my thing is just living right, doing the right thing, and watch how God works in your favor. It's a beautiful thing. But just know, if nobody told you today they love you, I'm telling you. And I want the best for us all. Y'all have a blessed night, because I'm a little tired. I went to therapy today, and they worked me. So I took my shower already. So I'm going to get into bed, watch a little TV. I've been working on this computer to get my website where it's supposed to be, but I figured out another day. You guys have a blessed night. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the topic, and until tomorrow, peace. TACC Man out.